If you're using both Google Classroom and Seesaw, there may come a time when you want to connect a Google Classroom activity to your Seesaw classroom. For example, say you're using the skills in Seesaw and you want to attach those skills to your Google Classroom assignment. That might be a good example of why you'd want to do that. So to do so is fairly easy. I'm going to start in my Google Classroom, and I'm going to find the activity that I created in Google Classroom. So say I created an activity and it has a spreadsheet attached or a Google form. I can't do that in Seesaw. So I'm going to create my Google activity. And then once it's done, it's saved, it's posted in my Google Classroom. I'm going to come find that activity in my classwork, and I'm going to click on the 3 dots, and that's going to give me the menu for that assignment. So I went ahead and clicked, and my third choice is copy link. When I click that, it's going to generate a URL code for this activity. You can see down here, it's been copied to my clipboard. So now I'm going to come over to Seesaw. And depending on why I'm posting this in Seesaw, I could do one of 2 things. So I come over to my add button. If I just want to make parents aware of it and I want parents to be able to see it, because remember in Google Classroom, they can't necessarily see the work, I could send it as an announcement. I could post that link and say, hey, FYI, don't forget about this assignment in Google Classroom. Just wanted to make you aware of it. However, if I did want to attach those skills or put it in a folder for their portfolio, I could assign it as an activity. So I'm going to go ahead and click Assign Activity, and that's going to take me to my library, and I'm going to create a new activity. And we're going to call this Food Chains. I would type any instructions I would want. I would tell them, click the link, put in your Google Classroom credentials, put in your Google email, your password, and then go through the activity steps. Now, to attach that link I copied, I'm going to go down to Add Multimedia Instructions or Example. I don't want to put it down in the template section because I'm not making a template in Seesaw. If I'm generating a template, it's going to do it in Google Classroom. So I go ahead, click that, and I'm going to paste it as a link. I'm not uploading it. It's a URL link. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to paste my link. And I'm going to hit my green check mark. It's going to give me a preview, and since it's going to ask the kids to sign into their Google Classroom, you'll probably see a preview of the sign-in page. And if it looks good, hit your check mark. And then I can scroll down to my options. And so again, the whole reason I'm making this as an assignment is so I can attach skills. So I'm going to come down here, and it was Food Chains are a science activity. So I'm going to attach my science standard to it and hit OK. Oops. Move my screencast out of the way. And I'm going to go back to the top. I hit my green check mark again to save it. Now I have that skill. So now when they do it in Google Classroom, if I don't want to use my Google Classroom gradebook, if I want to keep all my grades in Seesaw, I can come back here and put in a 1, 2, 3, 4 for this assignment. And then I just hit save. And that activity is ready to go. Here's that link they need to get to their Google Classroom assignment. All I would have to do is assign it, and it's in Seesaw.